Are you learning to heal? Are you learning to sit with and let go of your emotions? Stay tuned. I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can identify painful emotions. Hi, I'm Angela, and I help you turn your pain into power. And today we are talking about how to identify painful emotions. Let's face it, dealing with painful emotions absolutely sucks. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're at in your healing journey, or whatever is going on. It doesn't feel good, right? Absolutely not. And as a business owner, you don't really have time to always be screwing around with these emotions. So it's very important that you learn how to identify them and release them and sit with them and all the things, right? But even if you're not a business owner and you're learning how to do this, it's very important for you to be able to identify these emotions. If you have been a part of my channel, you know that there's been some transitions, and I'm actually busting the cap off doing this niche. If you're a business owner, you know what I'm talking about, and if you're not, that's okay. But I want to help women, all women who are absolutely passionate, committed, and determined to change their lives so that they can step into the best versions of themselves. So whether you are in the thick of everything and you're looking for a way to heal, this is for you. If you have been healing for a little bit but you want more, this is for you. If you're a business owner and you want to learn how to turn your pain and your story into buku bucks, this is absolutely for you, and I'm helping you do that and helping you navigate through that. If you know me or don't know me, I am a survivor of trauma, and I've actually worked with women who have survived trauma and helped them heal. And then I transitioned into helping women with business owners or as business owners. And all of that was kind of this part of it, not necessarily this part of it. It was kind of weird and forced. And then I had this amazing download to do this expansion series and to shift the branding and to do everything way different for my business than I ever have before, and to go against the grain with narrowing everything down and only helping these people because it wasn't necessarily working or resonating with me. So this is exactly what you're currently seeing in the moment. So if you're here, you just have to be passionate, committed, and determined to change your life. So this is how you are going to identify painful emotions, which are all icky. But this is what you want to do. Okay, let's say that there was a fight between you and your boyfriend or you and your significant other, and you're like, you know how that happens. You've got things going on in your head. Maybe your chest feels really heavy, your stomach feels really icky, and you can hear your ego just going off. Well, da 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 da, and this and that, and I'm not going to talk to him, and I'm not going to text him, and then 3 minutes later you're texting him, crying, and doing all these things, right? Well, what you probably haven't done within that time span is been able to identify the painful emotions and why you feel the way that you feel so that you can actually have a productive conversation. So what you're going to do is that when you feel these emotions, the first thing you want to do is you want to allow yourself time and space to feel these things, okay? I know that that's really hard sometimes, especially in relationships, because you just want to jump into it and solve it and get on and move on, right? But you also don't want to do things out of fear. You want to make sure that you are very in touch with the way that you're feeling, and the only way to be able to do that is to allow yourself time and space to do that. And especially depending on your human design, if you are a solar plexus authority, you got to ride the wave anyway. If you're a sacral authority, those things come up instantly, so it's a little bit different. And for others, I don't necessarily remember off the top of my head. But the thing is that you do want to allow yourself time and space to feel those emotions and to be able to identify them. If you do not allow yourself time and space, what will happen is that in 3 months from now, 2 months from now, a week from now, a day from now, the exact same thing could potentially happen. So you want to make sure that you allow yourself time and space to actually get to know these emotions and identify these emotions. The second way to identify your emotions is to sit in silence and to ask your body, what is this emotion? Okay, so let's say that it's been after this argument and it's been a couple of minutes, because you're allowing yourself time and space to be able to sit with these emotions. Now what you're going to do, and maybe they may not come up in that moment, you don't know what it is, it's a little bit more complex than that, or even if they do come up and you know what it is, you can still do this as well. But you're going to sit with it and just take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose and just get real quiet and real calm. And you're just going to ask yourself, what is this emotion? And the first response is the emotion that it is that you're working with, okay? And this will help you be able to let it go, which is essentially what we're after, right? So you want to sit with it so that you can actually do that. The third and final thing that you can do is you can journal. For me, everything is very much journaling. I'm going to journal everything. I write about everything. I heal my inner child through journaling. I journal every morning. Sometimes it's 2 pages, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's hours long. It just depends on what's going on. But if you've been a part of my expansion series, if you've been following me even for a little bit, I do talk about journaling. I highly recommend it, especially if you are healing, and especially if you're an entrepreneur. You need some type of safe self-expression, and journaling allows you to do that. And you can identify your emotions through journaling. What I recommend is that you journal about your day and stuff like that, and then you get into the nitty-gritty, talking about whatever happened that initiated this emotion or triggered this emotion, if you will, and then you express it, and then you ask it to be identified, and then it usually comes up. Now you can do all 3 of these things depending on where you're at, what kind of time you have. You can do all of these things individually, okay? What I recommend though is that if you're too triggered, is that you don't try to force yourself to solve these and identify them right away. That's actually bypassing. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're giving yourself very much time, the time that you need to be able to work through it completely. Now, the more and more you do this, the easier this is going to become, and the quicker you're going to be able to work through your emotions. But if you are so triggered that you can't think straight, you're not going to be able to do this. You're actually going to come from a place of ego rather than a place of love, and we don't want that at all. So if you notice that the camera is moving back and forth, I'm actually sitting outside. We have construction going on inside the house. We're doing remodeling, so it was too loud in there to actually record. So I'm outside enjoying the sunshine. That's probably why I'm squinting as well. But this is how you can identify painful emotions. If you have any questions about identifying your painful emotions, make sure that you drop them in the comments below so that I can get back to you. Also, if you're loving this video and my other videos, make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, I have this expansion series where we go deeper into identifying your emotions, identifying the trigger stage, and doing those things so that you can actually expand, heal, and grow. And you can actually sign up for that expansion series in the description below. I go live once a week and give you a free masterclass, and it will be like this for the next 3 months, depending on, of course, when you're watching this. And thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a great day. I'm Angela, and I help you turn your pain into power, and I'll see you later. Bye.